I'm Judy Mullet, and I'm a grandmother, and three of my grandchildren are on sort of a waiting list to come to EMS, so I have more interest now than ever before. But I have been a teacher educator and a psychology professor for a lot of years and retired now. But I've worked with some of your teachers and administrators in their course and their collective education journey. So I know them as soul educators, peace builders, gifted followers of Christ. So but you have within you perhaps even a more effective teacher than the teachers at EMS right now, and teachers that'll mentor you for life. So let me explain that with a story. Okay. About over 25 years ago, my son sat in chapel just like you did. And he never imagined that 25, 28 years later, that he would have a horrendous tongue cancer that took part of his mouth and all of his tongue, and where he would struggle to, that breathing and getting rid of saliva would be his primary goal as he went through treatment. And is still going through treatment along the rest of that. But when he found out about that, okay, what did he do? He started collecting, and he has 100 over 100 on his playlist, songs that often the EMS choir, high school choir would sing. Songs like "I Go to the Rock" and songs like "Simple Gifts." "'Tis a gift to be simple, 'tis a gift to be free, 'tis a gift to come down where we ought to be. And when we find ourselves in the place just right, 'twill be in the valley of the love and delight." Wow. I saw a definition of shalom that I really like, and I really reflecting on it recently. And it says, shalom is nothing missing, nothing broken. So at a point where the things were out of his control, what did he listen to? What did he go to? The memories that formed at EMS. They are your memories and your mentors for life. In the moments that you savor there, and there'll be moments of joy, and there'll be moments that aren't joy as well, and you may need to revisit them in other times, and sometimes put them on hold for a time, but collect them. Now you are collecting whether you know or not, and you'll revisit them when you need them. And if you believe, as I believe in my 73 years, that thoughts are prayers, either new or revisited, then memories are revisited prayers for living in the moment. So the memories you have in this station and time, this is your EMS station, and there are memories that are you're collecting right now that can sustain you, give you strength in times later that you'll never know. And so I would say, in the end, why EMS? It's a loving memory collector. It's a loving memory collector, even again in your toughest times. If you savor those moments of shalom, and you'll have them if you look for them, nothing broken, nothing missing. And in the end, there's one biblical message that's evidence at EMS. I've seen it with your teachers. My children, all three of them, went through EMHS at that point, and they will tell you this, that you can always have the love that you can remember. And I would capitalize that love, because God is love. And you can always have the love you can remember. And all love comes from that love. So again, savor those memories just as my son is doing. He's doing it through music. He's doing it through those memories of his time in choir. And you can always have the love that you can remember, because EMS will continue to mentor you through your memories.
I'm Les Helmuth. Shortly after I started working at Eastern Mennonite School as development director in 1985, I quickly discovered a dedicated and committed faculty who wanted to serve the needs of students and encourage the best in each person, including among themselves. Assistant Principal Ernie Martin, with the support of Principal J. David Yoder, embarked on a curriculum steeped in a concept called gifted behaviors, an initiative that fostered the development of each student's unique set of skills, both acquired and those that were innate. In other words, stuff we're born with. Sylvia and I continue to support EMS for the ongoing commitment to fostering curiosity, creative and insightful thinking, and organizational skills in a setting that encourages the development of faith in Jesus, a life of peace and justice, and a global outlook. We're inspired by the encouragement to explore athletics and music, thoughtful discourse and deep convictions, academic excellence, and room to have fun. These should not be exclusive experiences. We think our young people and the next generation are worthy of investing in our resources.
Hi, I'm Teresa Bushart-Yoder, and I have numerous connections to Eastern Mennonite School. I work with Everence Financial Institution, and we're a partner with Eastern Mennonite School. Plus, my grandchildren go there, and my daughter works there. So I have numerous connections. I think what inspires me about Eastern Mennonite School from my role with Everence is that we have the same values. We belong to the Peace Church, and we value people and relationship and knowing that those things we have and our blessings come from God. And I think it matters to work with an organization that has those same baseline beliefs and values. I think that's very important. And secondly, I would say as a grandmother and parent, it's just nice to know that it's an environment that recognizes religion and people's faith values and builds positive relationships. And my grandchildren have lots of friends, and that's nice to see. And they talk positively about their day at school, and they talk positively about their friends. And it just seems overall that it's a good place to be and that people care for one another. And I think that's important.
What inspires me about EMS? Well, I guess the first thing I would say is I get to dress however I want, and I can wear silly things down at the elementary school. I also really like that the high school students can be our TAs. Our kindergartners love when they come down. And I would say a third thing would be when I'm teaching PE, the kindergartners, when they light up, they're like, "Mr. Bauman, I got a beanbag." That's just so exciting when they learn new things. And the last thing that I would say is I get to create a lot of different things at the natural playground that we have down there. And middle school, I see them down there all the time. And I think some high schoolers come a little bit later too.
Hi guys, my name is Caitlin Tice, and I was a student at EMS, but I am the current volleyball coach for JV. And what inspires me at EMS is the athletics. Surprise. At EMS, I think success in terms of athletics isn't necessarily defined by your individual achievement or the team achievement, but about growth. Both as a person, and that's even outside their athletic ability, and also as a person and as a teammate. I think being a part of a team at EMS teaches players about teamwork and friendship, and then dedication and commitment. I tell my players at the beginning of this season that team dynamics play a huge role in the success of a team. And I know that's particularly true with volleyball because you can't rely on one person. Everybody has to, like, you play as a team. There are 3 touches every time the ball goes on your side. You can't just be one person on a team. But I tell them that team dynamics are huge. How a team works together has a direct effect on how well they will do as a team. When you spend every day together, in a supportive environment where you're working towards a common goal, sweating and working hard, something bonds you about that. And I love watching athletes push themselves while supporting each other. I think it fosters a sense of community, and that's so unique at EMS. I think that's what builds a really good team. And teams can have a good experience, win or lose. And I think that depends on how the team works together. And I think that's special about EMS. I love seeing the progress. Sorry, you can probably hear my kids in the background. I hope they're not too loud. I love seeing the progress at the beginning of the season versus the end of the season. The progress in friendships, in the way they care and support each other, in the team dynamics, and also the love of the game and their volleyball skills. But I think there's something about how the team grows that that really inspires me. So that's what inspires me about EMS.
My name is Liz Moran. I'm a 2010 graduate of Eastern Mennonite School. A few things that inspire me about Eastern Mennonite School are, first, the theater opportunities. I really enjoyed doing theater in high school. It's one of my fondest memories. I was able to be involved in theater from freshman year. I was involved in a traveling drama troupe, and I was able to be in plays like Midsummer Night's Dream and musicals like Godspell and Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. Another thing that inspired me about the school is the preparation for college. I had to learn to write a lot of papers at Eastern Mennonite School, and I wrote a lot more papers in high school, I believe, than I did in college, but I was able to learn how to set them up, and some of my peers were not able to be as confident in their paper writing skills as I was. And lastly, the social aspect of the school. Being a part of a community, I was able to be in chapel planning committee, social planning committees, and different community experiences. And I was the vice president of my senior class, so I just really enjoyed being a part of a group that really involved me. Theater really, though, was my biggest experience in high school that really I pulled from. And I was able to come back and direct a few shows, so it was really cool to be trusted by the school to be part of the theater community still.
What inspires me about EMS is their dedication to the performing arts. When I was there, the performances of things like Gilbert and Sullivan operettas and the Messiah and classical musical theater brought me so much closer and gave me such a leg up to my current profession as a professional opera singer. Not only that, my ability to be involved with the theater department, not only on stage, but backstage as an assistant director, as hair and makeup, as all these different little roles has set me up for my other current career as an arts administrator. And those things are truly invaluable, and I'm grateful for them every single day.